Hi everybody, today we're going to talk about storage. Hi everybody, and welcome to another episode of D-LinkTV DIY. I'm Mike, and I'm here to help you get more out of your network. So today what I wanted to do was take a step back and talk about storage. We normally talk about the advanced features on our NAS products, but today what I wanted to do is take a step back and actually, talk about the storage itself. So a lot of you are used to devices like this, which is a USB external hard drive. And so what you can do is connect up a USB cable to here, or you can connect this one using eSATA to your computer. But when you do that, you can't connect to it without doing some manipulation of Windows with any other computers. So that's where a network attached storage device like the DNS 323 or the DIR 685, which has a built-in NAS, comes in handy. The reason being is because you can connect multiple computers to it and get at the same information, whether it be pictures or music or data files from any computer that's on the network. So how do we set up one of these? It's pretty simple. On this one, you can take and slide off the faceplate, or in the case of the DIR 685, there's a little door here that you just slip a laptop hard drive into. So what you need to do is you need to know which hard drive to get. These NAS boxes tend to be serial ATA. Now, the difference between a serial ATA and an IDE hard drive is this one right here is an IDE hard drive. You can see it has this long thing with all the pins on it. And the IDE specification said what size the power connectors and the data connectors were going to be, but it didn't specify where they're going to be. So sometimes this is on this side, sometimes it's on that side, sometimes these are together with the pins on, one side and sometimes not. But with serial ATA, they specified exactly where the power and the data connectors are going to be on the hard drives themselves. So that way, whenever you go to put one of these drives in, you don't have to futz around with any cables or anything like that. You just push the hard drives in and then until they're seated, and then just slide the faceplate back on. So all you have to do is take an Ethernet cable and connect the storage device to your router where all of your PCs are connected. Then all of the PCs are going to be able to find the NAS box. Now there's a little piece of software that you run, and this does a couple of things. The first thing that it does is you can use it to assign a drive letter to the NAS box, so that when you turn on your computer, the NAS box is just going to look like another hard drive that you can access. The other thing that it's going to do is the first time you put a hard drive in it, it's going to set up what's called RAID. And RAID is important because you can do things like you can put two hard drives in and use striping to make data access faster, or you can use mirroring so that you get duplicate copies of the information, so that way if one hard drive goes down, you still have a perfect copy of all of your information. So one of the key things that's really important is when you set up RAID, your hard drives are going to be formatted. So if you're using hard drives that were already in a computer and already have information on them, make sure that you back up that information to someplace safe before you put the hard drive into the NAS box, because it's going to get completely wiped out and configured for that RAID setup. So the benefit of having storage is, say if you go to Hawaii and you've taken a bunch of pictures and you want to share them with friends and family, a NAS box can have an FTP server on it. That's FTP is File Transfer Protocol. And what it would do is allow them to download the pictures and then, check them out. A NAS box can also act as a multimedia server using either a UPnP AV or like iTunes to serve up your music and pictures and movies and stuff to like a media player or your computer. So a NAS box is a really cool thing to have on your network. It's really easy to set up. You just get a couple of hard drives, install them into the NAS box, and then run that little piece of software, and you're good to go. So that's going to do it for this episode of D-LinkTV DIY. I'm Mike, and thanks for watching. Jim wants me to go crazy, everybody, but I can't.